Hello everybody, welcome back to Simply Sadie Crochet, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this little mini pumpkin ornament. This can be an ornament for a Christmas tree if you want to, or you can make this longer and put it on your rear view mirror if you would like. You can put it on your doorknob. You can do so many things with this. So if you want to know how to make this, then please keep on watching. Alright, so for this little mini pumpkin, what you're going to need is some orange yarn and some green yarn. And I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. And this is the orange. It's coming out brighter on camera than it is in person. But you're going to need a small amount of orange, and you're going to need, again, a tad bit of green yarn. And I don't remember what these colors are, but if I can, I will link them down below if I find them. You can also use different types of orange and green colors if you would like to. I personally would have liked to have a little bit of a lighter green for this. So if you want to use a lighter green, you can, but it's totally up to you. You're also going to need a 3.25mm hook, which is a smaller hook than I normally use. You're going to need a pair of scissors. This is just a little cheap pair that I bought. These are great for if you're just in a pinch, and they do work. You have to do some special cutting with these, but they do work. You're going to need a yarn needle to sew in your ends, and this has a bigger eye. If you can see that, it has a bigger eye so the yarn can fit through. You're also going to need a very small amount of stuffing. This is an original pattern, by the way. I did have HappyBerry Crochet in mind when I came up with this pattern, so I will link her channel down below. She has some other Halloween themed crochet projects, so if you want to go check out her channel, you can. But I just had her in mind while I was doing this. One thing I want to let you guys know about this project is that this isn't a project where you work continuously in the rounds using a stitch marker. This is one where you join at the end of every round. So you can see here how there's the regular stitches, and then here is where the join happens. So just to let you know, you guys will not need a stitch marker for this project. It's just going to be a join at the end of the round, which is actually very helpful when counting, because you can see it's literally 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and continuing. It's not like a spiral. So that'll be very helpful for you when you're counting. So let's get started with the tutorial. We're going to start with the orange. So what we're going to do is we're first going to chain 2. So how you do this is you take your yarn over your fingers like so. This is the end of the yarn, and then you wrap it around your 2 fingers, wrap it around, and make an X. Okay? You bring your hook in, hook it onto that other yarn, and then you bring it through. And then that is how you do a slip knot. So we're going to chain 2. So for chaining, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the yarn and bring it through the loop on your hook. So there's 1, and there's 2. Okay? So it might be a little bit hard to see, but there's 1 chain, and then there's your second chain. So for round 2, you're going to do 6 single crochet in the second chain from your hook and slip stitch in the first single crochet. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay? You're going to go into your second chain, which is the first chain that you created, and you're going to make 6 single crochets. And I like to go through both loops, so the top loop and then the middle loop of your chain, and you have 1 on the bottom. But if you want to just go through one, you can. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to count this to make sure we have the right number of stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have the right number of stitches, so you're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull on that tail to bring it in just a little bit, and you can see that that hole in the middle has decreased slightly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find our first single crochet that we made, and we're going to slip stitch. Okay. Alright, so we're going to find our first single crochet and we're going to slip stitch into it. So it might be a little bit hard to get into your first one. There you go. So you should have 2 loops on your hook. Now if you want to, you can bury your yarn tail, but it's up to you. So you're going to do a slip stitch, which you're just bringing your yarn through that loop. And then for round 3, you're going to chain 1. Okay. 2 single crochets in that same area that we did that slip stitch and around. Okay, so we're going to go into that same stitch that we did our slip stitch and chain 1. So we're going to go in there again. We're going to put one, and then another one, 2, and then in the next stitch, you're going to put 1, and 2, and I'll do the next one with you, and then I will tell you what I'm going to do next. So you're going to put 2 in the next stitch. So you're going to put 2 in the next stitch all the way until you reach this stitch here. So right before the chain 1, you're going to stop here. You're not going to put any single crochets in there. Okay? So continue on finishing, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Alright, we've gotten back to the beginning, so I have stopped here, like I said for you guys to do. This is the slip stitch, and this is the chain 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet. Okay, so you're going to find that single crochet right here. And you're going to slip stitch in there. So round 4, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and then you are going to put 1 single crochet in that same stitch, and then you're going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch into first single crochet once you're done. So it's going to go like this. So 1 single crochet, and then 2 in the next stitch. So 1, and then 2. Oops. So 1, and then 2. So you're going to continue that around, and I will meet you at the last set of stitches to put in. Alright, I'm at the last round of stitches, so I just put in my 2 single crochet, so we're going to put in 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet. So it's 1 single crochet and then 1 and 2. Okay, and now we're going to slip stitch in that first single crochet. It's right there. And we're going to slip stitch. Okay, and for the next 2 rows, rows 5 through 6, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around for 2 rounds. So you're going to chain 1, and then in that same stitch that you just did your slip stitch, you're going to put 1 single crochet, and you're going to put 1 single crochet in each of this row and each of the next row. So I will meet you back at the end of the 2 rows, and I will show you how to slip stitch and join the last row of your 2 rows of single crochets. Alright, so I'm coming back to my last few stitches in the second round of single crochets. Alright, so now I have to slip stitch. So there's the slip stitch, and there's the chain 1 right in there, and then this is our single crochet, so we're going to go into the single crochet. We're going to slip stitch to join. For round 7, we're going to start our decrease round, and we're going to do 1 single crochet and then single crochet 2 stitches together and then slip stitch. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to chain 1, then we're going to do 1 single crochet in that same space that we just slip stitched and did our chain 1. So 1, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So this may sound scary, but it's really not. It's really easy. So you're going to go into your next stitch, grab some yarn, and pull it through as if you were going to do a single crochet, but you're going to stop, and then you're going to go into your next stitch, go into that stitch, grab some yarn, pull it through. So you have 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet and single crochet 2 stitches together. I'll do one more set with you, and then I will come back at the end of the round. So 1 single crochet and then single crochet 2 stitches together. So I will come and finish this row, and then I will come back and finish the last set of the decreases, and then I will show you what to do next. Alright, I'm at the end of the round, so I'm going to show you this last row of the last few stitches. So it's 1 single crochet and then single crochet 2 stitches together, and these are your last 2 stitches that you're going to be single crocheting together for this round. Single crochet 2 together, and now there's your slip stitch, and there's your little chain 1 right there. You're going to slip stitch into your first single crochet, and then you're going to do a slip stitch, and this round, round 8, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together around. But you may want to start stuffing your pumpkin now, or if you want to wait and stuff it later, you can. I'm going to stuff it a little bit later on, that way I don't get too much stuffing gathered up in between the stitches from my hook grabbing it. So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together around. So you're going to go into that same stitch that you just slip stitched and chained 1 in, and then you're going to go into the next stitch, and you're going to single crochet those 2 stitches together, and you're going to do that in the next 2 stitches. So single crochet 2 stitches together. And then you're going to continue that around. And here I'm going to stop and I'm going to put a little bit of stuffing in because I don't want it to be too tight when I put my stuffing in. So I'm grabbing my little bit of stuffing and I'm stuffing it little bit by little bit so that it doesn't get all okay. So before I stuff any more, I'm going to continue single crocheting. Single crocheting 2 together, I'm sorry. So the next stitch, going to single crochet the next 2 stitches together. And then you're going to single crochet the next 2 stitches together. And then you're going to single crochet the last 2 stitches together. But before we do that, we're going to add some more stuffing. Now this pumpkin is a flatter pumpkin, it's not a round pumpkin. You can make it round if you want, but mine is going to be flat. I'm going to show you how to do both stuffing techniques in this video. Alright, so now we're going to finish this round. Okay, so go into the next stitch, grab some yarn, pull it through, and then go into the next stitch, grab some yarn and pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we're going to slip stitch in our first single crochet. So there is your slip stitch and your chain 1 is right over there. So we're going to go into this stitch right here, which is your single crochet 2 together stitch, but we're going to still go in that. Okay. So now we're going to yarn over and then we're going to pull this through because we're going to do our stem now. So I'm going to show you how I use these orange scissors. So I just pull it tightly and cut and it works. So I'm going to pull this through and this is going to be woven in at the end. Okay, so now we're going to get our green. And we are seriously only going to need a small amount of this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to just find a stitch and we're going to attach it to it. So I'm going to go into this stitch and I'm going to grab the yarn and pull it through that stitch. and then I'm going to hold on to the free end, and then I'm going to do a chain 1, and we're going to single crochet around. So what you're going to do is we're going to do a single crochet in this same stitch that we just did that chain. So we're going to pull through and we're going to single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet around, and now we are going to put a single crochet in this stitch right here. So we're going to go in, into that stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, and single crochet, and then we're going to go into the first single crochet that we did for this round. So we're going to go into the top single crochet. That might be hard to see. We're going to slip stitch, and then we are going to pull that through to make a chain, and then you're going to actually want to grab a good amount of yarn because we're going to be doing the part where you can hang it on things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knot these two pieces together so that they don't come undone or loose or anything like that. So I'm just doing a simple little knot. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut these a little bit shorter and stuff them into the pumpkin. I'm going to probably need to use the back of this to stuff it in. Okay, so there's your pumpkin so far, and now we're going to take our end of the green that we cut off, and we're going to yarn it through, and then I'm going to take it, I'm going to weave in and out the tops of these stitches so that I can close this, the top of this up. Okay, and then I'm just going to go through the stitch just to fasten it off real good. Okay, so this is how I make it flat. I just kind of massage the, or work the stuffing into the sides to make it flat. But if you want it to be round, you can just pinch these sides and then it'll be a rounder pumpkin. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the same stitch. And I'm just going to not pull tight all the way, but I'm going to knot off. I'm going to pull the yarn through that loop like that, and then I'm going to go through the top of this a few times just to secure it really well. So there's one. Okay, and then I'm going to go through this stitch and come out at that stitch, or at that area that the yarn came out of, and then I'm going to make a little knot. And then I'm just going to carry it over to the other side, and I'm just going to go in, and then I'm going to make this as long as I want. So to do that, I'm just going to hold it like this with my finger in it, and I'm going to adjust it to whatever length I want it to be. And then when I have that, I'm going to go back through once I'm happy with the length. And I'm just going to go through that loop and knot it off. And then I'm going to pull this through a few times just to make sure it's nice and secured. And then I'm going to do one more knot off. And then I'm going to bring it through, and I'm actually going to bring it through the bottom of the pumpkin. And I'm going to try to go through like a stitch area like this, so that I can actually go through another stitch to kind of stick it in really well, and just kind of make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull this taut a little bit, or tight, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to just snip off this extra yarn. And then what you're going to have is you're going to have this, and what you can do is you can just kind of go like this. And there you have your little pumpkin. Or if you make more than one pumpkin, you have multiple pumpkins. And if you make these, you can post a picture on Instagram and hashtag Simply Sadie Crochet in it. You can also follow my Instagram crochet page. I will have that linked below. And my Twitter, you can follow me at the link that I have in the description box. You can send me comments or questions about crochet there, and if you want to have me do a Q&A, you can let me know. And if you even just ask questions, maybe they'll be in a Q&A. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern. Check out HappyBerry Crochet. She has some pumpkin patterns and other fun Halloween patterns that you can look at too. I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern, and if you want to make this pumpkin round, all you have to do is you just have to like squish it to make it a rounder pumpkin. But I'm going to keep mine flat. So whatever you guys want to do with your pumpkin is perfectly fine. Alright guys, so that is it. That is how to make these cute little pumpkins. If you make these, please send me photos on my Instagram. My crochet Instagram will be linked down below. You can also tweet me photos on Twitter. I will have my Twitter down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any comments or questions about anything crochet or about these patterns, you can leave them in the comment section, or you can tweet me. My Twitter will be down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and please check the description box for all of the information down there. And make sure to check out HappyBerry Crochet, because she has some pumpkin patterns and she has some cool other Halloween themed crochet projects. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!